To be or not to be? That is the question. When I used to live in Berlin, I used to participate in these poetry slams, and it was an incredible experience. And since being back here, I just haven't had the time to delve into the poetic circles here in Massachusetts. And the reason I would do these poetry slams is because I wanted to test the strength of my pen against all these other incredible poets. And I figured, why not try to do that here? So I enlisted a very good friend of mine named Jamila Bailey, and I asked her if she wanted to do this kind of virtual poetry slam. And we decided that we'd call it Last Word. And I'll go through this very quickly to not give you guys an incredible lecture, as I'm very good at doing, and just break down the three rules. And then from there, you can read the very first poem written below. So these are the rules of the Last Word poetry, public poetry slam that we'll be doing. The first rule is that you have to respond within 24 hours. That keeps the writing going. And that's actually what makes it fun, is to know that you can expect a poem from us every single day. The second rule is that the title of your poem has to be the last word of the other person's poem. For example, if I write a poem and let's say I call the poem Bananas, and the very last word of the poem is strawberries, Jamila's next poem has to be titled Strawberries. Does that make sense? I hope it does. The third rule is that the poem does not necessarily have to be a response to my poem. So if I write a poem about bananas, Jamila's poem does not have to be a poem agreeing or disagreeing or sharing whatever perspective she has on bananas. I think that's very, very important to point out. The last point I actually want to make is the fact that I'll be starting off with odd numbers. I'm doing the very first poem, and all of Jamila's poems will be even numbers. So the poem will actually be below if you're on Facebook or Instagram or even YouTube as well. And if you're on TikTok, you have to go to one of our pages to see it. And we'll be sharing each other's works in our stories. And if you're on Facebook, we'll be posting that as well. So enjoy the journey. This for us is also a marketing tool because I want to share Jamila's work and also bring more light to the book that she's written. And I'll also be releasing my book once I stop procrastinating sometime towards the end of this month as well. So enjoy the poetry. This is not, let me stress by the way, this is not a rap battle. This is not Drake Kendrick. I'm way too sensitive for that. She would roast me and hurt my feelings and I would cry. And I'm a very ugly crier. There's like boogers that come out of my nose and stuff. Nobody wants to see that. So this is not about winning or losing, rather about two artists appreciating, admiring, and also sharpening one another's iron as we write these amazing works. So I do want to stress that there's no winner or loser here. I think the winner here is the audience who gets to witness these incredible works. So thank you so much for Jamila for doing this, and enjoy the Last Word series.